Estes from Smiths Grove, Kentucky, part of Estes Brothers Farms. I take care of the crops. We are in south central Kentucky and been no-tilling soybeans since like '83, and started no-tilling corn in roughly 1986. And we have, except for places of washing or whatever, we have not disced or plowed these fields since then. And started no-tilling wheat probably in 92, 93. And so we have been a never-till farm since that time. What we've seen from no-tilling that long is actually an increase in organic matter. Seems like water doesn't pond as bad as it used to from when we used to work the ground. We see a soil strength. We're able to get on the ground and dress our wheat with nitrogen or spray sooner than people who do work the ground for wheat. It's saved many an hour of labor from not having to till the soil. We have not regretted going to no-till. We had a 2 or 3 year adjustment in the crop, and not really a yield drag, but the yield increase did not come for after 2 or 3 years when the soil readjusted and the strength of the soil came back. 3 years ago, we had a little bit of wheat left in the drill from sowing wheat, so I decided to dress up or sow wheat on places that wash bad. And when I came back the next spring and ready to plant a crop, I seen that held the soil so much more than just the residue left on the ground. So then the first year we ran bin run wheat plus some tillage radishes. I was convinced by a friend to switch to cereal rye because of the root mass. And this is our first year of planting cereal rye, and look forward to seeing how the planting goes and how maybe that much more mulch on top of the ground saves moisture during the summer. We started out doing whole field samples. We're in the area where tobacco was grown, and it was grown by families who would put 4 acres here, 10 acres there. And when we went to gridding, we seen that we had a big variance in our lime. Tobacco land requires a lot of lime and a lot of fertilizer. So what we found in gridding is that we were able to even up our liming or pH of our soil, and we seen that we had some spots in the fields that didn't need as much fertilizer. So then after that, I seen the new thing to do was zones. And so last year was the first year we done about half of our farm in zones. And so this year we applied fertilizer, and it seemed for us the lower lying areas had a higher testing or higher fertility levels than our Baxter soil, which is kind of rocky and red on the hills. And so we upped the fertilizer on those spots and lowered it where the fertility levels were high enough. And then we are going to plant this year by zones, our corn crop. And we will increase the population in the low spots, have an average population for the upland flats, and probably pull back quite a bit on the population where the water holding capacity of the soil is not as great. Went to one of the lectures by Dr. Brown. It was talking about pre-mixing your AMS before you put your Roundup in your sprayer. So I was in the process of building a new sprayer trailer, and actually I put a T in the line past the inductor, and I can close my main water line and make the water circulate back into the top of the tank and pre-mix the AMS with the water before I load it onto the trailer or sprayer.